I mean, a couple of things I want to pick up from the interview there. Firstly, they were discussing the path to Son. How did he know he was going to be there? And he said, credit to the gaffer. I think those were his exact words. Forgive me if I'm wrong. But what about Conte's role in this for you, JMO? Has he really showcased his elite-level managerial status as the brand Conte has swept back into the Premier League? Because he looks so emotionally engaged throughout the course of the match as well.
Yeah, interesting. I love what he said there. Absolutely, the fact that they'd worked on that, Conte had identified an area where they could exploit it, and they did it. And it wasn't just the once that they got through, and that's a credit to the manager. However, they're on the they've won a game after losing 3. So if the manager is getting it right all the time, they wouldn't be in that position. They'd actually already be in top 4. So it seems like a work in progress. I have to say, Adam, Son, I love him. And my friends love him as well, because he is one of the nicest footballers you could ever have interview after a game. What a guy. But yeah, getting back to Conte, he's on his way. And I think this is part of the frustration, part of the opportunities that he perhaps gets by talking to other countries' media to get his point across. But if Tottenham play like that week in, week out, then, 4th position, you would argue, is Tottenham's. But as we've seen, and as Harry Kane was alluding to, they do that at times and then they let themselves down. So they've got to be more consistent in the positive area.
Yeah.
And I guess the point that, Conte has emphasised to the players in training and what they've worked on is the fact that Man City do play a very high defensive line. There's lots of times where, they're squeezed up into the opponent's half, So if you do have pace, and with Son you have pace, and Kulusevski certainly was breaking forward a lot as well today. He was involved with a couple of passes over the top and goals that came from it. And with Kane's vision and ability to pick out those passes if he dropped short, it was something that they were clearly looking for. They realised that they wouldn't dominate possession, but there would be occasions where, there was a turnover and they could break quickly, and Spurs did it quite brilliantly today.
OK, final question here before we go for a break, because another point I want to pick up from the interview was they were discussing what happened in the summer of Harry Kane. Pep Guardiola has also revealed that Spurs rejected 4 bids for Harry Kane. And I did a TV show here in Malaysia yesterday, and one of the guests on the show said that Kylian Mbappe's role in playing against Real Madrid was effectively his audition. Today, Harry Kane played against Manchester City. There's going to be 1 year less on his contract than there was in the last summer. Was this almost an audition, do you feel, JMO, for Kane and Manchester City and Pep Guardiola?
Well, interestingly, since the summer, and again, I'll go back to the points highlighted at the half-time. If you look at Harry Kane's role, and it's developed over this season, and I think today was obviously the pinnacle of it, where he isn't just playing as a dropping number 9. He's playing almost like in that midfield rotation role. Now, if you can play that way, I mean, one of the crosses came in for his goal from the right wing, didn't it? Well, you can fit into a Pep Guardiola side, and instead of being Harry Kane, the number 9 that Pep's looking for, he becomes another one of this attacking front 6 in a sense. That multiple positional play. So perhaps it was an audition. I mean, the other thing about and I don't know what the numbers were with regards to the offers. If they were upwards of 100 million, then there was a serious intent. If they were very short of that, then you could argue Pep was just testing the water. But Harry Kane won't have done himself any harm today with that performance.
Yeah. OK, for the commercial break, we were just discussing Harry Kane, that this was, in a way, an addition to join Manchester City. Now, last year, in the summer, he had 3 years left on his contract, give or take, and there were 4 bids made. Now, Fabrizio Romano, who's become the transfer guru online, football fans, I'm sure you know him, has just reported that the last official bid was for 150 million euros, which translates to roughly 125 million pounds. And it was Pep Guardiola, who we just heard from, who wanted Harry Kane at all costs. So, David James, what do you think of that? 125 million pounds.
Yeah, I mean, it's a substantial bid. I don't like the report. I'm not saying that it's not accurate, but there were so many rumours, as we all know, during the summer, and the numbers ranged from 120 to 150 million. You do ask the question that perhaps, and again, it's a tentative buy at 125 million, whatever it is, as much as that is, it could have been a cheap buy in Tottenham's eyes, and that's obviously why the deal didn't go through. But as I say, I've seen a difference in the way that Harry Kane is playing. Now, you can put that down to Conte wanting him to play that way, or you can see it as a conscious decision to have more influence on the game. Whatever which way it is, what I saw today especially would have pleased Pep Guardiola in an ironic kind of way, that's the sort of player that he would have wanted playing for him tonight, not Tottenham.
Gary?
Well, I'm just thinking, is 125 million sterling enough for Spurs to say, we'll take the money? And I think if you look at Jack Grealish, 100 million, then therefore 125 million isn't enough for Harry Kane. So I can understand why Spurs, if that indeed was the offer, went no. Come back with some more if you're serious, but no, it's not enough. I think Harry Kane apparently is having or has had a difficult season, but you look at his contribution today, and you know why he is so valuable as a player. So I think Spurs, if that was indeed the offer, made the right decision to hang on to him.
Okay.